What's up guys, my name is Dean aka the Blue Crusader and welcome back to another Fortnite Battle Royale video. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you how to use the brand new replay system that's been added to the game. So a lot of people don't know about this, or they don't really know how to access it. Some people don't really tend to know how to use it either, so I'm going to be showing you how to use every single tool in the replay system, giving you a few tips on how to make some awesome videos with it, and just give a general breakdown on the whole system. So I've seen a lack of videos on how to actually use the replay system efficiently and properly, and I thought there was kind of substance to actually make a tutorial on this, so I thought I'd make this guide on how to actually use the replay system for you guys out there who don't know how to use it. Right, so basically what you want to do is there's a career button up here. You want to click on the career button, and this will basically show your profile, your leaderboards, basically all your stats on your gameplay, how many games you played, etc. But there will also be a replay section on here which should basically just have all your games under. So we click on replay. Sometimes there is some problems with it though, it's not a perfect system. For an example, I got a win yesterday and it hasn't saved it, and it's basically become outdated already and it's unusable, which is kind of irritating. But some of the replays will be outdated and you won't be able to use them. But for an example, we have an 8th place here, just to use as an example for this video, and all you do is you click down here, rename and save, and we'll just type in 8th place. We have 1 kill, 8th place, and then you click on the play and confirm, and it'll load you into the game as if it is actually a match, but it'll be like a pre-recorded replay, and in there we'll have like a play bar, like a studio system like what you can see here, and we should be able to modify everything. Right, boom, we're inside the replay system now. We have all the tools at our disposal. So this is me, this is John Wick obviously, and you can see it looks like a pretty cool system already. We can view cinematic shots, you can see like a close-up. For example, we could scroll into this and click this little eye here to remove the whole HUD. And what I could do is I could pause that there and use the John Wick in that picture as a thumbnail for this video, which I might actually do. But this is really nice to get some cinematic shots. You can zoom in with the scroll wheel on your mouse, go really close up. You can hold right click to actually spin the camera, and you can scroll out to obviously zoom out. And you can press space to play and pause as well, which is pretty cool. So you can get some super nice shots. Anyone out there like me who makes YouTube videos or wants to make graphics of any sort or thumbnails, you can get some really nice close-up shots of certain skins by clicking that little eye in the corner in the bottom left to remove the HUD, so you can see everything perfectly without any of the tools displaying. So that's a really good tip on how to make thumbnails and get close-up shots. Right, so now if you want to go out of this mode, I'm not sure if there's any better way to do it, but you can press escape and then press escape again, and everything is up there for us. Then you can press space and resume the video. There's also a little arrow system here which shows my username, but you can actually scroll through the other people in the lobby. For example, we could actually chase this random guy using a shotgun right here. And you can also click a plus here, as you can see that guy just left. You can click a plus here which will actually speed up the gameplay. I'm not sure why all these guys are going, I'm not sure why they're leaving. You can speed up the gameplay up to 4 times, as you can see this is really quick. So for an example, if you're recording a really fast paced gameplay, you want to speed up a little bit so you don't make it as boring, you can use this. So what we're going to do is we're going to speed it up until we actually get to the drop, and we're going to zone back in on my player because obviously it's more preferable you use yourself. As you can see, I am going down. Another thing what you can do is obviously you can do the reverse. You can flip it. You can either speed it up 4 times, or you can actually speed it down or put it in slow motion, I guess you want to call it. So we have slow motion. You can put it right down to 0.10. You can go crazy. I think you can even go lower than 4 times actually. It's absolutely crazy how slow-mo you can get. You can see how like he grapples onto it and his hands like sink into the thing. You can see like close-up animations. Like I said, if you want to get some crazy shots for like a thumbnail or like a video, you can show like them in slow motion. I think this is a bit too slow though. 0.25 is still pretty good, but you want to speed it up from to land because it's kind of a little bit too slow. So we're just going to land. As you know, the glider's really slow. So now what we can do is we can put it in normal motion. So you can press space to obviously close it. As you can see, here is another close-up of John Wick if you like close-ups and want to make thumbnails. So another thing what you can do is these are the main buttons. So here you have the rewind, or the replay button I guess, it goes back. Here you have the normal play and pause buttons, and this is the rewind button which goes back to the lobby basically, it goes to the start of the demo, and here is the fast forward button which goes to the end of the demo. So what we want to do is we want to go to the start, obviously, and we don't want to go to the end because it will end the demo, but I'm just showing you what those do. And then also this bar is basically your best friend. If you want to scroll through the clip at any certain point, you can actually use the bar here, click with your mouse and drag, and it will give you a little bit of a preview of the position every time you click. So you can click at a certain position, it will give you a preview, but most of the time it will have to load because it will have to load at a different position. And here you can see we are John Wick in this house. So I'm just going to fast forward to actually show some of the action right here, and apparently I've already got a kill, so we're just going to rewind that. Okay, so there's a Dark Voyager here, there's a guy there. Maybe we want a cinematic shot of me actually killing this guy that we can actually use in a demo. So we're just going to play it up until the position where we actually get in the fight. As you can see, the Dark Voyager is there. So now what we can do here is we can actually change the camera style and the camera position. So here in the bottom right you have third person. This is following my character from behind like you would if you were playing the game. You can also put it into the gameplay perspective, which is what I would see from my perspective if I was playing the game. Obviously the HUD's removed, you can't see the actual action bar with all the items and the health and everything, but apart from that you can actually see how it was from my gameplay. You can also change it to drone free, which is my favourite. You can actually go around the battlefield and actually see what everything's happening. So we could go to this astronaut and actually see what everything's like from his position. As you can see, he isn't actually looking at me right now. Now I'm not really peeking, there's not really much of a place he can actually see me from. So we can click here, there's a few different camera types. There's actually drone follow, which is actually a drone which will follow me. I can still change the camera position by using the W, A, S and D keys to actually move around the player, but it is actually still rigged to him and attached to him, and it'll still follow me. Obviously drone attach will basically glue to him as well, but there's kind of more freedom you have rather than drone follow. And then we also have drone free, which like I said is my favourite. So what we can do is we can put it down to maybe 0.25 on the position, and we can move everything here, and you can click the little eye here to see what everything's like, and we can see I'm about to take a shot, and we can go over and see that he's already switched his weapon and he's about to turn around, and as John Wick shoots him, it should be soon, boom, we can turn the camera and we can see that I'm missing a few shots. He does get his hunting rifle out, and we can press E to actually go up, and we can go from his perspective, and I'm still hitting shots. I think I hit him at this point. He shoots a shot and he misses, gets out his hand cannon to go in for the kill, and boom, I hit him with the assault rifle. So it's really nice to get close-up shots, especially in slow motion. It looks absolutely awesome. And then as you can see, I'm reloading. So you could use this, you could put some music to it, make it into like a montage or something, and it would be absolutely cool. I reckon if I did this slow motion shot properly with a little bit better camera techniques, I could make it into some awesome John Wick montage. So you can also use Q and E, like I said, to actually go up and down. Q goes down on the camera, and then we can sort of follow John Wick as he runs. And then E goes up on the camera, and we can maybe pan down and do like a cinematic shot, like a panoramic shot from above, like a bird's eye view. So there's a lot of things you can do with it. There's a lot of different features you can do, a lot of different camera types you can use, a lot of different camera styles and camera shots if you actually practice with it. I've showed you basically most of the normal tools in this, and all there is left really is to show you the actual camera features. So we're just going to pause this right now. There is actually a few more things. What we're going to do is we're going to click this little movie camera down here, which is the customizable options. And here what you can do is you can turn nameplates on for a start. Nameplates is obviously, if we just exit out this menu because we need to have a good shot of the player, nameplates is basically where it will show you all the information. So it will show you the weapon or item you have out at the time. It will show you the health you have on the screen bar. It will show you the armor you have and a lot of different information. So we can turn these off. It's good to actually show the nameplates on demos like breakdowns that you upload to YouTube, or just if you're looking at your general gameplay and want to have an idea of all the stats of opposition players as well as yourself. It's a good idea to turn on nameplates. Outlines is kind of cool as well. It kind of lets you see things through objects, I guess. As you can see, there's a little bit of an orange outline. If you go through an object, it will show the outline of your player. So it's kind of like a CSGO sort of outline. You see that a lot in CSGO, like an arms race and deathmatch. So that can be quite useful, but it doesn't really tend to look very good in demos. There's a thing called a replay region, which I'm not sure what it does, but that's also quite useful. I would presume it would actually make sort of like a region where it just like replays it or loops it, but I'm not quite sure. Damage effects you can turn on as well, which is basically crucial. The clip that you saw before in slow motion, it didn't really show the impacts from my bullets. Turning this on will show the impacts, and it might even show hit markers, but I don't really think it does. And high quality VFX or high quality FX is basically crucial if you want to make a really high quality video or something, you know, with all the game's effects in. So that's really useful, and I would recommend turning it on. We can go into the other slot, obviously here, and you have auto exposure. If we turn this off, it kind of makes things a little bit more bland. It doesn't really look as pretty as it did before because everything is not auto, you've got to do it yourself. So you can change the exposure, you can basically bleach the whole thing with 8, you can put it on half, which makes it kind of dark if you put it in the middle. Half on number 1 is kind of the default setting, I guess. Then if you turn it down, it's really dark, so you can kind of make it look like nighttime, but that's not really exactly what the exposure does. It kind of just makes it dimmer, to be honest. But if you turn it up to a certain amount, like 1.58, looks pretty nice. But you need to try and get a balance between it, and you don't want to bleach the shot too much. As you can see, I would say if we go to maybe 1.05, it looks quite nice, and also 0.37 looks quite nice. I would recommend turning on auto exposure though, because it keeps everything looking natural. You can change the aperture of the camera. Obviously, if you're into films and cameras, you'll know what all of these things do. I would recommend putting on 5.6. Obviously 8 is quite good as well, but I'd recommend putting it on 5.6. Focal length you can change as well. This basically creates a zoom on the player, which looks absolutely awesome, so you can get those really nice close-up shots. And then obviously if you close it, you can right click and you can show the player up close. Obviously you can use the scroll wheel for this, it basically does the same thing, and you can get the really close high definition shots of the player. Then the last thing we have is autofocus. If you turn it off, autofocus just focuses on the objects and players, so you want to keep it on autofocus just because it's useful and then you don't have to manage as many things, but this is really useful as well. So that's the drone free shot. You can go on gameplay, and obviously it does lock this if you're on gameplay because it's not as customizable, but drone follow also has some settings here which is the same stuff. So some of the settings are enabled usually on the free mode shots, but they are disabled on the player shots. So that's basically everything you need to know about the demos. All of the controls, all of the camera settings, the camera modes, how to use the timeline, and how to save your replays. So go and create some awesome cinematic shots with this, try and make some awesome videos, maybe some montages and some epic gameplay videos or highlights of your gameplay with this, because this is what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be doing some commentary over any of my wins with this brand new tool. So I hope this tool helped you, and if you want daily Fortnite Battle Royale videos on the newest updates, on awesome games where I get loads of kills and try out the new modes and basically show you everything about the game. If you want cool videos like that, make sure to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss a single upload. Click the like button and leave a comment below if you enjoyed the video. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.